Sydney.
And my name is Kaylee.
Welcome to our podcast. This is a 5-episode mini-series where we'll be diving into 2 major Supreme Court cases, Roe v. Wade and Dobbs v. Jackson Women's Health Organization. Throughout the series, we'll break down each side of the arguments, explore the facts and perspectives, and take a closer look at what makes these cases so impactful and unique.
Just a quick heads up, this podcast is part of a school project for our AP Language and Composition class. So while it might not be flawless, we've put in a lot of effort to make it informative and engaging. Now, most of our research comes from online sources. If we use direct quotes, we'll let you know the source right away. Otherwise, all the paraphrased information can be found in the episode description or the show notes.
All right, let's kick things off. To help set the stage, we're going to bring in a special guest, our favorite and only AP Government and Politics teacher. Here he is to give us a background on both cases. Please welcome Mr. Cooper.
Begin with, before I start, I do have to put the proviso that I'm talking as a knowledgeable citizen, not as a teacher or as a member or employee of corporate school district. My opinions are not those of my employers. So there we go. The question is, do you want a little bit of the background on Roe v. Wade, or do you want
both? Roe v. Wade and Dobbs v. Jackson in general.
So I'm going to narrow the focus just on Roe v. Wade rather than a history of birth control or abortion. Mm-hmm. But to understand Roe v. Wade, you have to go back to an earlier case, Griswold v. Connecticut, which was the first time the Supreme Court made a decision based on what they refer to as a right to privacy, which almost always includes people's personal affairs or sexuality. And there's a whole bunch of right to privacy cases, and Roe v. Wade is just one of them. Griswold v. Connecticut basically established the right for married couples to purchase birth control. A later case in 1968, Virginia v. Loving, established the right for people to marry one person of the opposite gender of their choice, regardless of race. So there had been kind of some build-up to the Roe v. Wade decision before we get to Roe v. Wade. Even if people see it as a separate issue, usually they don't find birth control to be the same thing as abortion. Abortion is a very different issue in most people's minds, but the legal cases built up from that. Roe v. Wade basically, in a 7-2 decision, established the right for women who are pregnant to terminate pregnancies up until fetal viability. So Roe v. Wade did not create an unlimited right to abortion. It said states can't restrict abortion up till about 24-ish weeks, give or take. That was where they put. They did allow states to regulate beyond that. They also established rules as far as like maternal health or medical need in some cases. The decision, of course, was less controversial than you would think at that time. It's kind of given by the 7-2 decision. Abortion was kind of a separate issue in most people's minds. It was viewed as, in fact, a Catholic issue as much as anything else. Mainstream Protestant Christianity wasn't talking about it that much. There are some exceptions to that, but that was largely the case. So again, it was built on a due process right in the 14th Amendment, based on a 9th Amendment right to privacy.
That's all from Mr. Cooper for now, but don't worry, he'll be back in future episodes to help us break down each of the cases and answer some key questions.
That's it for today's episode. We'll be back soon with more, so stay tuned. And next up, we're diving into the story of Norma McCorvey, or as the world came to know her, Jane Roe. It's going to be a wild and eye-opening ride, so buckle up and get ready to learn. See you next time!